last couple of workouts, really, it's not really a hard workout. Right now, just, reflexes, moving around, breaking a sweat, making the coaches feel good that, I answer all the questions he wants to do. What are you going to do in this position? I'm going to do this. It's kind of like the pre-test, So, like a football game, So if this guy goes this way, what are you going to do? I'm going to do this. So everybody's confident,
Well, basically, me and Frank were working on we're just flowing, just letting the positions happen, just let him exercise himself a little bit, go over the technique. We know what we want to do. We know where the situations we'll probably end up in. So we just got a few techniques from those situations, and he's good to go.
Fun workout, so we're just trying to get off the last, start the weight cut and get the last bit of fine tuning done. Mostly about getting the weight off, but felt really crisp today. A lot of energy, high energy. Like a lot of that has to do with my new diet. I pretty much do the same routine of my workout pre-fight, 3 rounds stand-up, 3 rounds grappling. With the opponent I have, so a little bit more focus on taking on defense, and then just the same stuff I've been working on the past year with my stand-up speed, multiple punches, that kind of thing.
We go 100% all the time. He doesn't want to go slow. So he's training hard. You just kind of see him. So we just kind of keep him a little bit under control. Make sure he's doing the right things. Make sure we got the game plan down.
Kind of tweaking a few things, just going through the motions, getting some light work, light mitts and stuff like that. And another thing, getting a couple of pounds off too.
We've done all the training in the gym, so just do your drills intensive, not too long, and feel rested for the fight,
I'm just trying to do as minimal as possible, but just keep my body temperature a little hot just to sweat. I'm just recovering this week, going real light, so I can have a lot of pop on Saturday.
It's going to be great to see what happens Saturday night.
Last meal.
Fight night, just trying to stay really calm, the calm before the storm in the locker room. Just take it easy, relax, don't waste any energy.
In the locker room, it's just like any other fighter. Obviously there's a lot of emotions going on. BJ obviously fights he's a very intense dude. He's got a high level, very emotional guy, very emotional fighter. Locker room, basically just keeping BJ's mind right. Make sure that he's got the right thoughts going through his head before he goes out there.
I'm preparing a clay guida. The atmosphere, as you can tell, that we're trying to permeate, if you will, in the locker room is one of dead seriousness, dead on just anger, and kind of a ferocious iron will, no laughing.
3 minutes, Guida, and then it's Guida Nation. 3 minutes till you make me jealous.
Or we're joking around and having a great time and getting ready for war.
We have a really tight-knit team. It's very special to be part of a team like that. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
When you come to the arena, it's all about just relaxing and making sure your body's nice and loose. And then when it's time to get warmed up, you get warmed up. And just get ready to go in there, and all your mental games should already be on point. I go out there, we say a prayer, and we go to war.
We're very mellow, very mellow in the back. I'm sleeping most of the time. I start getting amped up and I'm running through the fight over and over again in my head, and I can
feel the energy of the crowd usually when you're back in the locker room, but it's a very mellow, methodical type of mindset.
He's increasing his warm-up a little bit more. He was afraid that by not warming up quite enough, he might have been getting off to a little bit of a slow start in some of his fights. So he wants to warm up a little bit more and hopefully not lose that between warming up and getting to the ring, keeping a good sweat going and getting in there and getting after it.
Absolutely, feints in and out. In and out.
Just getting warmed up, mostly in the back. There will be a little going over the game plan stuff. We did that again this morning, and so make sure that he kind of remembers it and is able to follow through on it in the cage.
Ow! Go, baby. Get him. Get him, Frank. All right. Yeah, let's go. It's yours. I mean, you got to reel him in.
Well, this is my first fight with Clay, so I'm going to really learn about what he likes, what he doesn't like.
Hey! That's our noise! That's our noise!
I learned a lot from this corner that he's had with him before, and yeah, there's probably going to be some slapping of the Clay and some, psyching up right before and let him go out and do his thing.
For John, it's usually like no lazy leg kicks. that's the thing I'm always on him about. But he's doing a lot better on that. But really, it's not much for him. He pumps himself up. He's good to go.
Top positioning. Mix it. More than one. Let's go. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. I want good punch output. I want hands are up.
Crazy Bob, he's been there for most of my professional fights. He's got a very distinct voice, and I can always hear him no matter where he's at. He could be sitting in the very top row of the arena, and I could hear his direction.
Keep the head. Keep the head.
He's blatantly honest, and he'll tell you exactly what you need to do when to do it.
I want those hands up more.
Once Bird Watson comes to the door and says, "Hey, let's go. You're up next." Time to turn it on, walk out there, and fight.
Boys alive, baby. Let's go out there. Nothing else to say, baby. Nothing else to say. I'm constantly in BJ's ear. Once that music starts playing, the emotions pretty much go right into that, and BJ's ready to go. Want to fight? Come load out. Nothing else really needs to be said once we get out in that cage and once we start walking down the path.
To stop in one time, one punch, one kick, I don't know, I didn't connect, my legs were tired, I couldn't throw in speed at all, I worked hard in the choke and I lost a lot of power, but I finished fights. I don't win by decision, that's not me. I don't want to blame anything, but normally I played way better, and my preparation wasn't the best, but you win some and you lose some, and you win some bad fights and you lose some good fights, so I'm happy with the win, but I'm not happy with my performance.
Declared the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Kenny Kenflo Warrior! Thank you, Austin! Two or three times. With the left, 2 or 3 times.
The key is really mixing it up, man. Mixing it up, going at him with different attacks, different techniques, and I noticed him rushing in, and I knew it had to be a short attack. You can hear my coaches kept saying, short punches, short attacks, keep it tight, and that was kind of the theme, and I knew from him rushing in, I was going to catch him with something short, and it was an elbow that time, and the finisher was just a short right hook in tight. Happened to catch him right on the button.
Didn't obviously go the way I wanted to. I felt strong in the first round. Stuck to the game plan. I was landing some good strikes, good movement. I got a takedown. I was in good position with the ground and pound, and I let him up. And
Second time I got taken down in 2 fights, you know. He's got decent takedowns for not being a wrestler, but I felt like I scrambled. Got back to my feet and stuff, and I think the second round he landed some good shots. You know, rang my bell. Saw me quicker than I was back right away and finished it up. You know, nothing's gonna hold us back, man. We're gonna get back in there, we're gonna heal up and get back to working in winning ways.
You know, tonight was my night, though. That was it. You know, Clay Guida's a very tough opponent. I didn't go out there saying, I'm going to want to finish him at this point or whatever point. I erased my mind and just tried to wait for an opportunity. And you know, I said before the fight that most likely his own aggression would probably lead to his downfall, and I think that's what happened. He left himself a little bit open, and I happened to catch him at the right time. And those are things I've really been sharpening up. And I think we're just scratching the surface. Looking forward to getting right back to training and improving on those things.
He was a tough guy. When I got to his back, I mean, most guys I can break down and get an advantage on the position, but with him, he's like, you know, getting on the back of a bear. It was hard breaking him down, and then I didn't want to put myself at risk going for too much of a submission, because then he's got top position, and we all know he's really good at holding top position. I was trying to focus a little bit more and stand up for this fight, and I just need more work.
Good left hook by Finch.
I won the fight, but I'm really disappointed. I think, you know, I haven't finished a fight in 2 years. That doesn't sit well with me at all. So we're working the game plan right, you know, keeping him at reach, keeping the jab on him, but I wasn't throwing enough combos. I wasn't throwing enough volume of punches. I'd land 1 or 2 good shots, and I'd let him get out of the way, or I'd move out of the way instead of following up, throwing 2 to 3 punch combination, turning an angle and throwing another 2 to 3 punch combination, which I've been training to do, and I didn't do it tonight. You know, I could have been on the leg kicks a lot better too. Just missed some opportunities, and just getting used to sitting in the pocket on my feet. I think you know, that wrestling instinct is to be in the clinch, to be body on body contact, and I'm still getting used to stand up.
Oh, left hook. Finch got caught.
He caught me with 1 decent punch. I don't know how they scored that big round. I think I dominated the round for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. I was looking for a shot to land back, try to finish late in the fight, but it didn't happen.
My boxing coach, Richie, right off the bat was just like, you know, look for the 7, overhand left, you know how he is. And that's what we've been saying this whole training camp. We call it the Pacquiao, because Pacquiao step off as a southpaw, go overhand left. And as soon as I slipped his 1 right hand and I seen that he was bringing his hands back to his chest, I realized that would happen. I'm like, all right, just be patient. And when I caught him, I was actually looking to throw the right uppercut afterwards, because usually that's how the combination works for me. I'll touch your leg, overhand left, uppercut in the middle, and then come back around to a right, you know, after straight left. But as soon as I hit him, I went to go catch with the uppercut, and I didn't see where he was. I was like, oh, it's on the ground. So then I charged him a little too aggressively. I should have passed, established the underhook. Instead, he was able to rotate back and get up to his knees for a takedown, which on other opponents, that could have been a major mistake against Kane or Shane Farwin. So instead, he gave me his neck. If I get someone's neck in heavyweight division, then it's over with. I've always been that way. So I locked it up and I sat down. At first, he actually was doing the right thing. He was tripoding up and trying to pop his head out. But due to the spin train, I have a Philippine now. Not only have technique, but I haven't done it. So I can hold the choke for until next week. And so I knew that eventually he'd stop breathing. And then as soon as I felt his hips come down, I started looking through the refs, and Herb Dean was actually really right on it. He knew. He asked him if he was asleep. I kept the choke in until he acknowledged he was out, and I let go.
We got this fight won. You win it how you want to win it. All right? You can win on the card, or you can get him out of here. You choose. How do you want to win?
You can win this fight any way you want. That's what he meant. Get the out of here.
We got the first 4 rounds. Actually, about halfway to the 5th round, I was like, come on, are you really going to just do a decision? Get this guy out of here. So I went for it. After the 2nd round, he was like, this guy doesn't belong here with you. Just get him out of here already. And then after the 4th, he was just like, win other any way you want, then up to you. But I know he meant get him out of here.
I can't believe you actually thought I was going to win by decision, did you?